Welcome to Our Mountains. I'm Rhonda Brashear.
I'm Dean Osborne, in the same shirt.
And I'm Joel Brashear, and I guarantee nobody would have noticed if you hadn't said anything.
I couldn't help it, Joel. I'm guilty of wardrobe malfunction for me.
Anyway, we've got a great band lined up to start the show off today. Whiskey Ridge has been with us before, and they're going to do an original song that I think folks are going to love. And that got me thinking, when you think of a band, what's the first thing that pops in your mind, Dean?
Oh, the Osborne Brothers.
I guess I think Alabama, because that was the first concert we took you to as a little boy, a 2-year-old.
I don't remember that one.
I know you don't.
Facebook had this thing not too long ago about where you list 10 bands, and one of them was as a big thing. But I was looking at a bunch of the concerts that I've been to, and the one that pops in my mind first was when my wife and I got married. Our present to each other was a concert to watch the Police. So that was one that I remember fondly. Mm-hmm. But right now, we've got Whiskey Ridge, and they're going to do a song called Waiting.
Great song by a talented band. After the break, Joe will have another profile of a local treasure. Don't go away.
Frontier Nursing University is committed to better care for women and families. Our nurse midwife and nurse practitioner programs rank among the top in the nation, and our graduates are passionate leaders who serve rural and underserved communities around the world. Frontier.edu.
George and Mollie Sizemore have been key members of our community for many years. Here's Joel with a closer look.
I guess it was love at first sight, Joel. We've been married 45 years. And my hand to God, we've never had an argument. If we ever do, I'll kill him.
For over 40 years, George and Mollie Sizemore have dedicated their lives to improving Leslie County.
Well, from the time that I graduated from college, from East EKU, I knew when I come back to Leslie County that I wanted to get involved with Leslie County football in particular.
I think it's just a love for sports. Wherever he went, he got involved, and he coached football. One year we did not have a football coach, and he and Bob Bowling, I guess, worked spring practice until Coach Hines came, and then he stayed the summer and worked, and he went back to Hyden Elementary and coached football, and then he moved to W.B. Muncie and he coached football and basketball, and let's just say sports, and especially Leslie County sports, is his first love. Because we'll sit on the hill on Friday night up there and he'll point and he'll say, that's a second generation football player. And I'll ask him, who is that? Well, I don't know. But can't you tell? He was the principal a couple of years, assistant principal at the high school, and then he was principal over at Hyden Elementary for several years until he had his cerebral hemorrhage, and then he took a disability. That just gave him more time to help coach. He's coached in the 2 or 3 different times at the high school, and then he helped coach over at the Clay County for one of his former players and former coaches that he coached with, and he went over there to help Eugene Hensley with that. So he's there for whatever you need him for.
George Sizemore, as I've worked with the high school or with the school system in general, the thing I can say about George above anything else is he's all about the students, and he's all about, especially when he was coaching football, the young men. Coach is very soft-spoken, but he gets his message across in a very defined and very emphatic way. And I can just tell you, working with him and observing him as he's worked with these young people, he truly maximizes their efforts. And as he's been a coach for many years, his teams are always well prepared and really play very hard. And I think that's the same tribute you can do with he's a principal or a teacher in the school system. I think that he gets everything out of each one of the students.
Even though Coach Sizemore is quiet by nature, that doesn't mean you shouldn't listen to what he's saying.
Now, there's 2 things about Coach that some people don't really know. Number one, he has got a wonderful sense of humor. And if you've got, because he's so soft-spoken, you've got to really listen. And he'll say something real with a very dry humor that you go, you know, that was really funny, or that was really observant. And Coach is great at that. The other thing I'll say about Coach is with his very low-key demeanor, when he was a defensive coordinator with Coach Floyd Hines for many years up at the high school, Coach was the defensive coordinator, and as I told him, I've never seen any coach that would blitz more than he did. I mean, he believed that his job was not only to stop the other team, but to get the ball back as quickly as possible.
What is the best part of being a football coach?
Well, I don't know. winning is the best part. Seeing those boys develop from, especially when you coach in elementary school, if you have that, luxury to do that when they're real young, and bring them along.
Mollie was also very involved with the school system for many years.
She taught for 36 years here in Leslie County. She helped numerous kids for their education. She did the yearbook for Leslie County High School for many years. She never missed a prom, never missed a Project Sober or any sport event that Leslie County was involved in.
I retired after 36 years with the Board of Education. People that retire, and I tell people this all the time, and they look at me, people that retire go home and sit down and die. I'm just too young to do that.
In her retirement, Mollie is busier than ever, working with Relay for Life, Weight Watchers, and several other organizations.
I'm on the board at Big Creek Missions. I've been with them probably 10 years. I'm on the advisory board at Mary Brick ARH.
She and I get in a little bit of trouble sometimes. Her quote is, "It's always best to ask for forgiveness than it is for permission." And we have to do that every once in a while with our relay fundraisers and so on.
To recruit teams, recruit sponsors, raise money for research, just many things that we do there. Help support the Hope Lodge, help support the Hospice Center, just mainly to help people, cancer patients and cancer survivors all over.
And George and Mollie both agree that giving back to the community has been a key part of their lives.
I guess that's why I wanted to coach elementary football. Coach Hines, when he came here, he wanted me to go straight into helping him be assistant. But I told him I'd rather coach down at the elementary schools and help down there, help get them started. And I think you have to start down at where they need. The beginning is, that's the hardest part. Is about getting somebody started into something it's new to them.
What else would I be doing? If I can help someone, if I can help someone else. And I think we need to be out there in our community. We need to be supporting one another and doing whatever they need to do.
As far as coaching goes, it seems to be in the Sizemore genes, as their son Ryan is a successful coach in Georgia.
He is. He's doing real well. He's with the team this year, and they live in Villarica, Georgia, and he's with Alexander High School. And they were supposed to go 4 and 6. They went 10 and 2. He's the bug bit him,
Plus, there's another generation of Sizemores taking up the football mantle as well.
He plays in the line. He's a lineman, just like I was and his daddy was. He played the season, and he was chosen on the All-Star team. They play All-Star games.
After all their years of dedication to this community, everyone who has been associated with George and Mollie Sizemore appreciates the time and effort they have put into Leslie County.
She has to be on the go, helping someone, somewhere, all the time. Mollie is just a very caring person, and Leslie County is a better place with her in it.
I'll say this, there's not been a greater joy than to work with George Sizemore in any capacity in this community or in the school system or on the football field. And this award for him is very, very well deserved.
Coach and Mrs. Sizemore, you are truly Leslie County local treasures.
Thanks, Joel. That was a good session. Now, if you enjoyed that, we're going to feature another of the Leslie County treasures in a future episode. It will be about the Leslie County DAV. Now, coming up after the break, I'm going to turn instant mashed potatoes into something really special. You'll want to stick around and see that. Don't go away.
Our Mountains is sponsored by Frontier Nursing University, educating nurse midwives and nurse practitioners through distance education. The Kentucky Bankers Association, your association, our Commonwealth. The Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky, a community foundation helping donors make meaningful investments in Eastern Kentucky. Learn more at appalachiankentucky.org. Hazard Community and Technical College. Find them online at hazard.kctcs.edu. And a gift from Mr. and Mrs. Sunshine.
Mashed potatoes, cheese, and peas. Now, how can you go wrong with that? Well, Mom's in the kitchen right now making something very special I know you're going to love. Check it out.
Who doesn't love mashed potatoes? Well, I do, but I don't like peeling and cooking and mashing and all the mess that it makes. So I'm going to show you a hack today to use instant potatoes that's really a lot easier, and I think they're even better. So I've got my water boiling here. I'm going to put some salt in it. I'm going to make about 8 servings today. So the water is rapidly boiling. You just follow the directions on the back of the box until you get to the milk. Now don't put as much milk, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. One, 2. Okay, take them off the heat, start stirring. Now at this point they're pretty stiff. I'm going to add some evaporated milk just to give them a real creamy flavor and a creamy texture. And of course you've got to put real butter, a good portion of real butter. Some real sour cream. And the more servings you have, of course, you'll have to add more butter and more sour cream and more cream cheese. Now, I got this idea from Eva, my cook at Kudzu Corner Cafe. She always put cream cheese in her mashed potatoes, and I thought, wow, that is so decadent, but I'm telling you, once you do it, you will never go back. I'm going to put about 4 ounces of cream cheese. Just stir all that together. If you need to get your whisk or your mixer out, go right ahead. Now I'm going to take this one step further today. They're perfectly good to eat right now. Look at that. Creamy, tangy potatoes. But I'm going to make my daughter's favorite mashed potato recipe, and we call these cheesy-peasy potatoes. Got a baking dish here. Just pour your potatoes in the baking dish. Oh, look at that, so creamy and good. What did it take, 2 minutes? No peeling. Now, spread it out in your baking dish and make a well in the center. Just dig it out. So you've got a little hole here in the middle. In that hole, you're going to pour a can of drained peas. 1 whole can, right in the hole. Okay? And then top that with some cheese. Bake that in your oven about 10 or 15 minutes until just the cheese is melted, and I'm telling you, it's great. This goes perfect with meatloaf, pork chops, any kind of meat. So here are our potatoes. They're nice and hot, actually too hot for me to hold on to. The cheese is all melted and the peas are just covered in the cheese. So I hope you enjoy this. Eat it with some meatloaf.
Mom, those potatoes look delicious. Now, we've got even more great music lined up for you after this break, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
One of our favorite performing groups on our mountains is the Voices of Appalachia Choir, and here they are to do one of my favorite song selections, a bluegrass tune.
Long ago and far away, on an old rugged cross, you know my Jesus died that day for the world's greatest cause. And you know the demons drug him down to the kingdom below, with chains of sin they had him bound, and said they never let him go. But you know they could not keep him down. He was the devil bad that day, and he took the keys that bought my crown, and he exploded from the ground. Long ago and far away, lived the world's greatest man. You know he's still alive today, sitting at his daddy's right hand. Just before he left, he said, the Holy Ghost would come on you, and my gospel you must spread. And there's some other things you'll do. You'll cast out demons in my name, and speak the new tongues from above, and heal the sick and blind and lame, and be a witness for my love. Long ago and far away, the Son of God became a lamb. You know it was God's special way to show the power of I am. They killed the lamb outside town, and the blood ran down the tree. Then the curtain was torn down, so that all the world could see that the Savior of the world had come as the Lamb that was slain. But as lightning he'll return, not into the King of Kings.
Many thanks to Richard and all of his students for coming on the program. You know, Joel got to visit Alice Lloyd College a while back, and we're going to have a great in-depth story on them in a future episode. When we come back, more of our mountains. Don't go away.
I'm Nina Harris, and I'm assistant professor at Frontier Nursing University, and I'm also a nurse midwife and a nurse practitioner.
At Frontier Nursing University, it's more than an education, it's a calling. Answer the call.
Well, I'll have to be honest that I didn't work a lot this week in the kitchen. That recipe of the mashed potatoes and the peas and cheese, it tastes really good.
You might be speaking to more of our audience than you know, Miss Rhonda. This busy world, less is better.
That's true, that's true.
And it does taste very good.
It tastes wonderful, but I felt a little bit guilty about not spending more time.
You just needed more time this week to work on your quilting.
Oh, that's right.
And speaking of quilting, take a look at your screen right now. This wall hanging is part of a contest that we're running right now, and you could win this. All you have to do is check out our YouTube page. And if you're a subscriber, you'll be entered to win this wall hanging. We're going to give it away in a couple weeks. So make sure you go to our YouTube page. The address is there on your screen. Subscribe to us, and you'll be entered to win this wall hanging.
That's right. Hope you enjoyed this week's show. Tune in next time. See you.